Alright guys, we are back here at the Capitol. This is our Liberty Bell right here. And we are going to talk to these folks and see if they, what their position is. Hi! Do you guys want to go on camera and tell us why you're here?
Sure.
Okay.
We're here with Aliento to discuss in-state tuition for Dreamers and DACA recipients. We're going to be talking to different legislators and congressional members and their staffs.
Okay, are you yourself DACA recipient?
No, but I've worked heavily with DACA recipients, and many of my good friends are DACA recipients.
Gotcha. Did the Supreme Court already vote against that?
They have voted against that, but we're trying to get some legislative reform to benefit Dreamers and DACA recipients.
Do you want to come on camera?
It was the Arizona Legislature, not the Supreme Court.
Okay.
It's not nationwide, just in our state, which we're trying to appeal to.
Okay, so do you think that even though people who are not residents of Arizona, much less the country, should be entitled to the same benefits that...
They technically are legal residents and of Arizona and the United States. They are legal and they do pay state taxes, so I do believe that they should receive the benefits for paying those taxes.
Well, they're just protected under DACA, right? Like they're not...
DACA, but they are residents in Arizona, so, and they do pay Arizona state taxes.
Also, we're here as nonpartisan students, and we're here for impact, not change. So, yeah, we're just here to talk to the legislation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Here's my business card if you want to.
Okay, thank you. Is this your group here?
No.
These people?
Yeah, these are our...
Gotcha. Alright, so we're just gonna nose around here. So this is their group. Hey, does anyone want to go on camera while you're waiting to go through security? No, thank you. Nobody? Nobody has a message? Alright, so we'll probably go through too. Telemundo. Telemundo guy. And I lost Jeremy. So basically, guys, they are lobbying for in-state tuition for DACA recipients. Does anyone want to go on camera and tell us why you're here?
So we're basically here just talking to representatives about tuition for high school students because right now they don't really have any financial access to college. They don't have any of those privileges, so we're here advocating for them.
Technically, they're not protected under the Constitution, though, correct?
No, they are not DACA recipients, so they have no way to, even go to college.
Okay.
No funds, no scholarships, no financial aid.
So you think they should be entitled to scholarships, even though they're not citizens of this country?
Yeah, they should be because they also deserve a chance to pursue their dreams.
Thank you for talking to me. Alright, we're going to nose around here. We're going to get in this line. See what's going on. little bit. I'm just trying to be like super best behavior here.
Are you guys going? Oh.
So bear with me, guys. We're going through security here. Mm-hmm. Do you guys want to go on camera and talk while you're here? Hi.
Oh.
Are you a DACA recipient?
I'm a DACA recipient.
Okay. So you want in-state tuition here?
I do want in-state tuition.
Okay. When, if you don't mind me asking,
go ahead.
my name is Jennifer.
Makes everything easier.
Yeah. So when did you arrive in the United States?
I came here when I was 3 years old.
Okay.
I came with my family through a visa.
Okay. So you came with your family through a
I did.
visa.
I did.
So you have a visa currently. Okay. Okay. So you're not DACA, right?
No, I am. I came legally through with a visa, but it's overstayed. But I am a DACA.
So okay. So they overstayed the visa. Okay. I'm just trying to connect the dots here. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. And why did they overstay the visa? Like, why didn't they?
Just because relations at home, they were tough. I came from a tough area in Mexico, and basically you're just trying to escape that environment, And at the time, my parents were really young, and they wanted just a brighter future for myself and my brother.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Thanks for talking to me. So we're going through security, guys. Bear with me here. So come on in. Do you guys know which reps you're talking to today?
We have a whole list. It's quite.
Gotcha.
Kid with the glasses over here.
Mm-hmm.
His water bottle says dumped in away.
Says what?
Dumped in away.
Really? Bear with us, guys. We're going through security. Yes, we would all like our kids to go to college for free.
Yes, as far as I know, members seem to be aware of it that I talked to.
Americans are dreamers too.
Yep. Yeah, nobody cares about the American kids anymore. So basically, if you and your family violate our laws, they want to be rewarded with that by discounts to tuition and
I have a teacher friend that was talking to me this morning. Said she should make all her students illegal. So
right. Alright, we just have to go through security, so bear with me. I'm going to set this phone down over here. You do? Do you have your ID?
Is that yours? Yeah, hold on to it. Coming through?
Hang on, guys.
Done, you got the...
Are we good?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
What's going on today? You want me?
Thank you, sir.
Somebody before me.
Thank you. Yes, that's mine, that's mine, that's mine, that's mine. Jeremy, grab my drink. Thank you. I'm sorry. Alright guys, so we're back. We are in the House of Representatives right now, Arizona House of Representatives. And we're just going to kind of tail around with these kids and see what kind of story they're trying to peddle to our legislators. You know, they called them their elected officials. Newsflash, they're not. Your elected officials are in another country. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of follow them and see what they're trying to peddle here. Right now, there was already a vote in Arizona that denied in-state tuition to DACA recipients. So in-state tuition is only given to those that have a legal right to reside in the state. So if I am a resident of Arizona, a legal resident of Arizona, then I would be entitled to in-state tuition. If I am an illegal alien or somebody that doesn't have a right to reside in Arizona, who is not a citizen, then I'm not entitled to in-state tuition. So that's how this works. So we're just waiting on Jeremy. Excuse me.
It's quite alright.
Alright, we're going up to find our reps.
It's real straightforward.
I'm sorry. Yeah, but I'm going to follow them up and see what floor they go to.
Sorry if I missed it.
Did they go up or did they go down that hall? Which offices are down there? I thought they're on the floors.
That's what I'm telling you.
Alright, bear with me guys. We're just trying to figure out where we can go here. We're gonna find these guys.
Hello. All right. Thank you. Representative Hernandez, correct? Oh. Meeting Hernandez? No. Butler. Representative. Oh. Okay. Who are you? Okay. This is Butler also, right? Okay. Oh. Yeah. Sorry. Hello. How you doing? Hernandez, correct? Yep. Okay. We're gonna follow to same office. Awesome.
Let's follow.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, you're fine.
Are you all with these people up front here?
Yeah, I just want to.
Okay.
Do we need to check in with the security or we good? We already went. Ooh, Jesus.
No problem.
Thank you. We're just looping around. Yeah. Don't know.
Brophy. Oh, I heard of them.
Technically, this is the people's house.
Can't kick us out.
No. First stop, Kelly Butler's office. Kelly Butler is known for peddling for illegal aliens and so we just kind of looked behind them and we're gonna follow it. We're gonna follow into that office and see what they say. Rebel rousing. So this is your House of Representatives, guys, in Phoenix. So we're gonna just record and hear what they have to say. Pardon.
Okay.
Ezekiel, Jack, Thomas. Never gonna remember. Brendan. Hi, come on in. Hi, Jasmine. Hi, Jasmine. Nice to meet you.
I'm just observing.
We're gonna close that door. You guys want to pop in?
Okay.
Or you guys can wait outside. Thanks for being here. Well, you guys can pile in however you want.
We're just observing.
Oh, very good. And what group are you guys from?
We're from Aliento AC. I don't know if you've heard. It's a arts and training organization.
I haven't heard enough about it, but you know what? I'm not sure what y'all are.
We're just observing. We're just
Are you with
documenting.
them?
Yeah, we're just following in. It's People's House, right?
What's that?
It's the People's House, right?
Yes. Oh, so
Yeah, we'll be
you guys
quiet.
are all
Yes,
together.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we're here from Aliento AZ, which is an arts and healing organization, but for the last year or so, we've been focusing on the whole youth community and education community, more specifically targeted towards undocumented or DACA recipients. All of us here are from Brophy, and we have St. Mary's and ASU Prep, and we're here to just discuss about the situation with in-state tuition. I myself am a DACA recipient, and we're going to go around and introduce ourselves.
Oh yeah, please.
Okay, my name's Jack Colby. I'm a senior at Brophy.
Very good.
And then Brandon.
Both my kids went to Brophy.
I'm Brandon Ortega. I'm a senior at Brophy as well.
Very
I'm
good.
president of robotics and just here to support all intuition.
Wonderful.
I'm Miss Hiley. I'm a counselor at Brophy, and I actually live in your district.
You do? Oh, very good.
Yes.
And how long have you been there?
In your district?
At Brophy.
Oh, this is my 5th year.
Oh, very good.
So I counsel students who are on DACA and all looking for options.
Nice, nice. So you weren't there when my kids were there.
What year did they graduate?
They were 11 and 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not too long ago, yeah.
I'm Brandon Baqueta, and I'm also a senior at Brophy. I'm here to support, so.
Yeah, I'm Esmeralda Franco, and I'm a senior at St. Mary's, and I'm here to support as well.
Nice.
I'm Jasmine Guevara, and I'm from AC Prep.
Very good.
I'm Ezekiel Luna, and I'm a senior at Brophy as well.
Very nice.
I'm Thomas Goodwin. I'm a senior at Brophy, and I'm in your district too.
Oh, good. Brendan, are you related to Brendan Goodwin?
No.
Did you say Goodwin?
Yeah.
Anyway, small world. Well, I'm glad that you're all here, and so
Thank you.
yeah, so you're concerned about in-state
Yes,
tuition.
in-state tuition. I'm going to tell a little bit about myself. Like I mentioned, I'm a DACA recipient, go to Brophy. For like the majority of my Brophy career, I was very, very interested in attending Barrett at ASU. And then after the April 2018 legislation, I was like devastated. I actually came here to the Capitol and spoke about like my experience personally and emotionally, aside from the politics and objective stuff. Ever since then, I've been involved with Aliento. I'm actually a fellow at Aliento, and I've been doing this because it really sucked. Like those months really sucked when I was like, I had to change my mind and change my whole trajectory for college because there was no way I was going to afford it. So now I'm interested in Santa Clara University, but my main reason, apart from like myself and all the personal stuff, I have a younger brother who's a freshman, and I like don't want him to go through the same things, and like I don't want him to leave the family, and like these next couple of months are going to be a little rough. Although it's exciting going to college, I've gone into all my colleges so far, and that's exciting, but I was like really set on staying here close to my family, taking advantage of the technology/business programs that Barrett has to offer, and that's what we're here for.
Well,
so we know you're a supporter.
Well, and how short-sighted of us. You know, it always struck me that here we are investing in kids, kindergarten through 12th grade, a lot of times, and then we're sending that investment to California in your case, and you're taking your talent with you to a state that's recognizing how important it is to invest in our future. You know, so, and it's just like you say. I mean, it's so sad when there's kids that are working so hard, and you know, you get to college because you're the cream of the crop, and you've put up with it. You've gotten through a lot of challenges, and those are the kids that we want to succeed in the world. And I don't know, ASU student. She was actually the valedictorian of the engineering program at ASU, and she was a dreamer. She was undocumented, and
yeah, so like.
Have you met her? Have you had a chance to meet some of those kids that were sort of on the front lines? You know, back when we were beginning to have this conversation, but.
Yeah, so the executive director for Aliento is actually an ASU grad. She's right now she's at Harvard, and she's also a dreamer, which is like kind of like who I look up to right now as I'm doing this whole college process. Jack, want to share something?
Yeah, so Soul is one of my best friends ever, and like growing up, I sort of saw immigration as something that's in the news. It's not something that immediately affects me, and then I got to Brophy, and it was, you know, around the time when DACA was rescinded, and it sort of became obvious that, oh my gosh, there are all these people that are affected by this in our community, and like one of my best friends has gone through this, you know, being in the state of limbo for years, and I had no idea. And it just, to me, when I have all the opportunity to just go anywhere I want, and I can get in-state tuition, it just seems unjust that he, especially as somebody who was, you know, brought here underage, doesn't have the same opportunity that I do when I see him as completely an equal, and oftentimes as even a better person than me. And especially just from like a state and local level, it's a shame to lose all these talented people like to California in what's likely to be his case.
Very short-sighted.
And all of the tax revenue in that case, he already works 2 jobs in addition to going to school. So there are many, you know, obvious sort of fiscal reasons and human reasons why it makes sense to give people
and to like and to also like drift it from me, like there are plenty of other dreamers at Brophy that I'm friends with, and that they're maybe
they're in other meetings right now.
I mean, that's wonderful that you're down here and that you guys are, because you don't, until you hear a personal story and you say, you know, gosh, that doesn't make sense. Why would we, you know, why would we not want to invest in letting, you know, you be here to be successful? And I think you may have heard that the Chamber of Commerce now, which is a, you know, extremely very conservative and organization, I think, is supporting in-state tuition, because which is exciting. I mean, I think that is an absolute acknowledgement that our economy, we need new smart people. We need, and you know, we need all of the smart, hardworking people that we can get into if we're going to have a thriving economy. But more than that, you know, the thing I loved about Brophy is just the social justice piece, and the, you know, because you don't, and why it's so important that you're here at the Capitol is we don't know what we don't know. And none of us do. You know, we only know what we've either had an opportunity to learn about or, you know, have sought ourselves. But so you being here today is so important and helping, you know, all of us understand, you know, whether it impacts your life directly or your friend's life. You know, there's so much more we can do. And, you know, it's really troubling. Did you guys have other stuff?
I have a question. So, first of all, I thank you for, like, supporting just the whole Dreamers in general, everything. It really means a lot. But I do have a question as far as what we can do from here on out as far as making change and what action we can take.
Well, this is really, really important, and I am so encouraged by a lot of groups of young people that are coming down and being involved. And you know, again, I really am hopeful that this is an area where we're going to make progress, because our economy literally demands smart young people being in it, and we need that, you know. So I think it's going to work itself out, really. But your involvement in sharing these stories is so important. And you know, and the chamber is an unlikely organization. I don't know what their beliefs have been about this before, but I was really encouraged to see that they are looking at it from a an impassioned, what does our economy require, and they see it as a good thing. So where we can find those common grounds, that's what we're down here to try and do, is find what are the pieces in the middle, and all of the extremes on either side are usually where the problems are. But I think the people in the middle are recognizing that this is so important. So just continue to lend your voice, and it really it means a lot to hear from you directly.
Yeah, I think the Chamber of Commerce
It's
doing that is like, I think it's a big leap.
Yeah.
Apart from like coming in and sharing personal stories, we've also like tried to go at it through the economic perspective, or like talk about Achieve 60, which is Ducey's campaign.
Correct.
Or like, and how that's kind of contradictory to what's actually happening versus what's being said. Do you have any advice, or have you heard anything regarding the future for this?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think it's just still just kind of making its way through, and the courts are going to decide, and and some we'll get to see what community colleges are going to do, and I know that a lot of opportunities exist in community colleges that are being out of reach, again, if we don't allow in-state tuition. So I think that you guys are on the right track of just sharing your message. Every year I think it gets a little better and a little more possible, because it's just hard to deny that there are some really extraordinary people. I mean, if you are a young person who is going to college, you're already doing great. And why would we shut the door on anyone who's able to do that? So I just think this is super important.
Have you by any chance heard or seen anything from, I'm not asking you to name drop, but like heard specific or know a certain type of climate regarding Dreamers, or do you feel like as if it's abandoned? Do you feel like it's coming back?
I don't know. I don't know where we're at with it, because we just got back to the session, and so we haven't had enough conversations about it. But I'm sure hoping that attitudes are changing. It's we need to be more inclusive, and we need to think about how we can help everyone succeed who's able to do that. So I think attitudes are changing. Yeah. Yeah.
Is there anything from us that you would like to see down here in the House, or
just continued support, and if a bill is introduced or there is an opportunity to talk about it, anytime you're reaching out to your own legislator and sending emails or calls is super helpful. Coming down to the Capitol it makes a huge difference.
Be hands-on.
And we get really busy down here, and you've got there's hundreds of bills, and some of them are really technical, and some of them are really heartfelt, and some are both. But you just get wrapped up in the day, and so when you get a chance to hear from someone directly about this kind of thing, it really does make a difference. So staying down here, staying engaged, is wonderful. Yeah.
Awesome, and we have some materials for you to share.
Thank you.
This is directly from Aliento, more specifically the Arizona's Future campaign that we're currently physically living here in the Capitol for the rest of the day.
Wonderful.
Anything else?
It is. It's such an opportunity to have these conversations, and they're really important. So I'm glad you're here. And
I have a question. I'm so sorry. I have a question about people with the an opposite stance on this whole situation at large. So how do you approach someone who stands against Dreamers, or who has just a different point of view?
Well, I think the biggest thing is to listen. What are their objections to it? And a lot of time it's fear. Fear that, I've knocked on a lot of doors in my district, and a lot of time it's fear that by giving somebody in-state tuition, it's taking something from someone else. And that's not the case. I mean, we need to open up opportunities for everybody who has the talent and the wherewithal to go do something like this. So I think it's listening and finding out what is the barrier, and in my experience, a lot of it is fear. And then just trying to address it from different points of view. I mean, there is an economic argument, there is a human argument, there's a lot of different reasons why this makes sense. And so I think it's just having calm conversations. When when there's a lot of divisiveness, usually for me the easiest thing is just to sit down, let's talk. I mean, if I get an email from somebody that's really angry, most of the time I'll call them directly. I met somebody for coffee who was really mad at me. So I was like, and I think most of the time that ends up, good people can disagree, but you have to be able to sit down and at least listen and be able to hear both sides. And I think, and most of the time you end that conversation finding some common ground. Mm-hmm. And that's why this conversation is so important. So
anything else from anyone?
So are you guys getting do you get the day off school, or is today a day off?
No, we get it off, but it's excused, but we still have to do
That's
work.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, it's really important. I hope you're getting a lot out of your day. Do you have some other meetings scheduled?
Yeah, this was our first one. We have 2 others with Lieberman and Sean Bowie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But we'll be around because we're on different groups. There's about.
Is there a lunch or somewhere? I mean,
that's logistics.
I'm guessing. Yeah.
It'll be taken
I wish that I wish that you had it, because I know I can't speak for all my colleagues, but I'm guessing that you're going to have friendly conversations today, and I think that what would be really great is if you could get in and have a conversation that's tougher.
Yes.
Because that's when you change minds, and and did you try to get in with some other
so we
legislators
we have with Senator McGee, Senator Brophy McGee. Which is also supportive, but that's going to be our toughest one.
Oh gosh, okay.
Some other groups are meeting with other.
Yeah.
Oh good. I hope some conservative members are meeting.
We're meeting with every conservative member actually.
Oh, are there? Okay.
Not us specifically, but
other groups. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think that again, it's really hard to meet somebody who needs to be a person who's able to achieve what the best thing that they can possibly do, and not feel like that's the right thing to do.
And we came in like a educational tone and climate. It's not like a rally or anything. We came more more to talk. Yeah.
That's terrific. So how are y'all?
We're just here documenting. We got press credentials actually recently through Freedom Media. So, and if I could just take 30 seconds of your meeting to hit on your point was, what is some of the opposition? Mm-hmm. And it's basically just that, DACA is unconstitutional. It was unconstitutional from the start. And, unfortunately, your DACA recipients are not protected under our Arizona state constitution or our United States Constitution. Mm-hmm. So, well, I think just to, we don't need undocumented or illegal aliens to boost our economy. We accept 1 million legal immigrants a year, and while it is unfortunate, your situation is unfortunate, and if you have to pay more, be grateful for the fact that you're here, protected, and given the opportunities to go to school in a country that you're not,
And I would just say, it's good to hear what other people are thinking, and I just think it's unfortunate. I think that there's a lot of better ideas that could come out of more people having access to higher education, no matter what.
I think too, at the end of the day, like, we're just learning all perspectives. We're just the more you associate with all sides of the spectrum is
right. No, I think it's great, and again, it's just that two-sided conversation. So I'm just glad you're here, and stay engaged and stay in touch, and So are you a senior?
Yes.
So you're making this decision about Arizona versus California.
Yeah.
She's my college counselor, so she's like.
There is no decision actually because in-state tuition without the in-state tuition is $25,000 a year, with just tuition. That's not including room and board, and that is just out of reach for most Arizonans, really, for being honest.
Right.
And he's been here since kindergarten, so
and didn't have weren't probably making all the decisions when you were 5, right, or 4.
And I became aware sophomore year.
Yeah. Well, and how short-sighted of us to not acknowledge the investment that we've already made, and
forced.
And I hope you come back. I really hope you come back. Although I have a son studying in California too, and he kind of likes it a lot.
Where does he go?
He's in dental school, so he graduated from NAU, and my other one from U of A, and now they're both on their own deals. But it's wonderful that you're here. I'm so glad that you're here. Yes, and do you guys have another? Is there like another Brophy Day? I think there's private school.
Catholic schools.
Catholic schools.
Yeah, but I don't think we don't partake.
You're not doing that.
We
Yeah.
do like behind the scenes on this. Yeah.
Run outside and say hi to Mr. Ryan.
Yeah.
And Mr. Ryan's first year was my kids when they were there,
Oh, okay.
and he looked like a kid.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was very funny. All the moms were like, "What?
Yeah.
Are you old enough to do this?" Yeah, but obviously he is. Well, thank you very much.
So, Mrs. Butler, was this already voted out? Was it the Supreme Court, the Arizona Supreme Court?
I am not sure. I'm not sure where the legal case is. Do you guys know? I mean, I'm sure there's going to be appeals.
Well, the Supreme Court, the National Supreme Court, didn't take up the DACA case.
Okay.
The expansion was unconstitutional a few years ago, but since they didn't put it on the docket, it won't be ruled on by June, so it's probably not going to get ruled on for the rest of the year.
Okay, so we are.
But in Arizona, the Supreme Court just struck it down.
Right.
For insufficient.
Yeah. Right. I mean, is that going to be appealed? I'm guessing they're.
Well, it was an appeal that got it struck down.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So they had been allowing it, and
Okay.
then someone appealed, and
Right.
then that's when the Supreme Court ruled
Sorry,
to strike
okay.
it down. So at this point, I think it needs legislative action to be reversed.
Well, and like I said,
And so
you know,
that's why
the Chamber of Commerce. Let's see if they can what they want to do. And you're right, the governor's, you know, his Chief 60 is not going to work without acknowledging the need for everybody who's able to go to college to be able to access it. Yeah. Yep.
Can we take a quick picture?
I would love that. Thank you.
All right, I'll step out. Thank you for letting us hang out.
Yeah.
How you doing? Oh, hi. I like the big elephant in the room.
I know. Elephants.
Jeremy's
that's
gonna build the wall. And I got my dreams are for Americans. All right, let's see what other trouble we can get into. So this phone's gonna die. I'm gonna actually log into Jeremy's phone right now. So stay tuned.